Hello everybody, this is Lamalama, and um, this is my story, and go ahead and go to the first video for context. This is for me, not really for everybody else, and this is just me kind of retelling for self thought and self growth and stuff. So I'll pause so everybody can kind of click off. Alright, so because of the eye stuff, I spent a lot of time trying to fix stuff. So I was put an entire year, maybe a year and a half behind in school in all subjects for homeschooling because of I had to go to the eye doctor. I had to do exercises. It's hard to do certain things. I had to wear an eye patch. I played like ping pong with an eye patch on one eye and the other. We then found out I was partially colorblind, and technically they just call it colorblind, but I call it partially because it's not true colorblindness. Red-green, basically, so I have troubles differentiating those two colors from other colors to a degree. I can still see them, but I had to be kind of trained to see them, if that makes sense, as opposed to they just hold up two cards with dots on it, and you try to make out what the numbers are on them, and I couldn't do that. And it was kind of, I remember this because I was shocked, because they were like, okay, they'd hold up one and you're like 9, they'd hold up another and be like 5, they finally hold up without one. I'm like, huh, is this a joke? Alright, no filter as a kid. So, and I'm very thankful that the lazy eye was discovered, and we were able to do so much for it, to strengthen it. And it's probably one of the few things that I am actually thankful for, at least to my mother discovering and working and helping me with. I don't know if she really had a choice in the matter, but it was still nice that there was some sort of accountability on that. But yeah, so because of that, there was a lot of like problems. Like, we discovered part of the way we discovered the lazy eye was, and I remember the story because my mom was trying to teach me to cross the street, and she said, well, when the car passes, cross the street. And so I waited. I was waiting for a still car that was parked to move by, and she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm waiting. And the reason why is because your hand-eye coordination is non-existent. In other words, if you don't have 2 points of which to look at something, you can't differentiate, you can't gauge distance, really. And I learned a way around this anyways. If you have one eye, you can still tell if something is getting larger, if that makes sense. You can still kind of like learn how to deal with it anyway. But we spent years, and I remember having to put filters, like complete see-through green sheets of paper over stuff to help me learn differentiate red and green. And it was really hard. It was really hard because, I think I was like 6 or 7, and we did this for a while, just a long while, and it put me behind and everything, and it kind of really sucked. But, it wasn't that bad in retrospect. It was good we got out of the way. It was just different, and this story is, like I said, this is for me, and there's nothing bad in this aspect. It's kind of just more of a unfortunate. And, there's still issues. Like, I drive, so it's like, there's sometimes, like, lighting on, like, stop signs. Not really stop lights, for the most part. I can still see red and green, and the training on it really helped. It's just harder to differentiate. But lights are a lot easier, like stoplights, because there's that border between them, so it's not hard to like pick out the two different colors, but they can show up as other things. So like brown for red, maroon. Green shows up as other stuff, but you can always tell where silver or where yellow is, so it's like not hard to drive at all. But it's and you can have different severities of color blindness. It's just just weird things. But yeah, so that's sort of the eye problem. Obviously, as time goes on, both my eyes have gotten worse, and I have glasses and stuff. But at least they both function, even though I'm nearsighted and have to wear glasses. It's just, yeah. So